Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this has been a Truner, and welcome to Yes, Your Grace, a game which, well, it wouldn't be fair to say I've had my eye on this one for a while, because it hasn't actually been announced for that long, but from the moment it was announced, I knew this was the one for me, because this is basically a medieval king decision-making simulator. Like, imagine in Skyrim, rather than playing as the Dragonborn, instead, you were playing as a Jarl, whose primary duty was handling the day-to-day logistics of running a keep. So like Skyrim, but you're an accountant, and yes. Let's dive in, you'll get to grips with this pretty quickly. But, before we begin, non-feature complete, still work in progress, diddly-diddly-dee. So, this is me, I'm the king, and being the king is awesome aside from the fact you need to make all the decisions so everyone blames you if it goes wrong. And yes indeed, what we've got is a bunch of petitioners. So that's my wife, there's a dungeon guard, then we've got ourselves a bunch of peasants at the rear. So, whenever I want to, I call these folks forward, and we see what they have to say. So, let's just call forward a peasant right now. Your Grace, my daughter's wedding is at hand. Congratulations, I say. The problem is, however, we don't have enough gold or supplies to make a worthy feast. What will my daughter's in-laws think of our family? We want to hire a band, buy some of that fancy wine on the market. We'd only need 8 gold and 8 supplies. So, I can choose to give him that. However, can't help but notice at the bottom there, the entire kingdom's treasury is 30 gold and 20 supplies. So, I'm not actually willing to give him 20% of the entire treasury and over 33% of all of our food supplies. That would not be a very good use of supplies at all. So, though I'm going to wish him well, he's going to be told to naff off. So you're not going to have the resources to give everybody what they want. You need to prioritise. So you can have my blessing, my good man, but no gold or food for you. And, what is he going to say in response? You skimpers a little gold. Shouldn't a king support his people in hard times? Honestly, this isn't hard times. Like, you just don't get the fanciest wedding. Naff off and come back when something important needs to be done. Alright, next up, let's call up the dungeon guard. Because, yeah, if I call my wife up first, it'll look like favouritism. So, dungeon guard, what do you need? Your Grace, I bring bad news. The recent rains have soaked through our roofs, the pantry roof has collapsed, as well as some of the walls of the dungeon. Only one cell is currently functional. Alright, so he was just letting me know about that. We'll need to potentially spend some money on that business. Next up, one more peasant shows up. Your Grace, I come here representing my village. We want to ask you for 8 gold to help us gather tools and resources required to build an inn. We could really use a new place to rest after a long day of work. Okay, that seems a little bit frivolous, but it's not just like, you know, one feast for a wedding. And the people will be happy because, yeah, down there in the top right, that's another important metric. That is public happiness or contentment. So, go on then. You can have 8 gold to set up a local inn. And that is going to be, yep, best inn around, minus 8 gold, plus 1 happiness. So basically, we're just trying to balance our resources, make sure nothing gets too out of hands. And finally, my wife Aurelia, can you go and speak to Lasulia, my dear? I've tried talking to her, but she just won't respond. I don't know what's gotten into her recently. Maybe she'll open up a bit more to you. She's probably wandering around at the wall. Of course, my sweetest. I'll take care of that right away, though. Hang on. Someone else has just shown up too. Okay, I'll go and deal with my daughter in a second. Hello, final peasant. Monsters! Beasts! Dressed in black! They came in the night! Unseen, unheard, until they arrived. Right, so, yeah, the problem is this is also a bit of a medieval fantasy kingdom. So, you know, there might be monsters, marauders, raiders, all the usual good or rather bad stuff. Your Grace, I beg you, you must send your men, check what happened, find those responsible. So, go on, tell me a bit more first, what's going on here? Bright red heads, short but sharp fangs, hundreds of them. Gleaming metal for their claws. We've never seen anything like this. So, go on. That sounds relatively important. So my agent can go and check the village. Because I've got, yeah, army strength is 100 right there. And I've also got 1 general who can be deployed to go and do tasks. So, my agent will go and take care of that for you. So my agent goes missing, but happiness goes up by 1 because I chose to help. Lovely. And at this point, if I want to, I can click on the flower to move time forward. But I shouldn't do that because I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. So click on my throne and I can go for a bit of a stroll. Check out the rest of the castle. So here we go. They did say to me previously the dungeons were in a bit of a state, and yes indeed, the dungeons are not looking good right now. But while we still have space for prisoners, we should focus on buildings that need more attention. So yeah, I can't fix everything at once, I couldn't afford to. So I need to prioritise one thing or another. And we were told previously, we've only actually got one cell. If I had a scribe write a list of things that need to be fixed, you'll see that in your weekly summary, Your Grace. So, okay, when I press the flower to move on time, we can see what the state of the castle economically is. But, yeah, it's going to be expensive to fix up everything that just broke. And we know for a fact, we've only got space for one person, and we've already got one person. So, okay, peasant, why are you in there, and do we want to make some space for, you know, somebody else? God has forgiven my sins. I shall serve the mighty ones. I will dedicate my life to those in need. I mean, if I could get out of here, please. Okay, what did you actually do? I bumped into the innkeeper on the street and stepped on his toe. How dare you tell such lies? He ordered a gallon of beer, drank it by himself, and didn't have the gold to pay for it. And no, the innkeeper, he was pretty upset. Okay, so it's not the worst crime, really. I mean, it's not murder, so I've been enlightened. I won't ever do such a stupid thing again. I will serve a higher purpose now, so maybe just let me out. I don't 100% trust him, but he did just steal some beer. You know what? You've had enough. Be on your way. We need this cell for, you know, worse crimes. So you may leave. What? Really? Okay, apparently he was not expecting that to work. We've also got the gardens here, and that is Asalia. Hang on. I'm pretty sure I know who my daughters are here. Yes, so that's my middle daughter. And then there is Lorsulia, the eldest, smart, polite, learns quickly. Okay, like Lorsulia. Or there is Kadani. She is the youngest, observes her sisters, learns quickly, often mimicking their actions. And nothing major, I'm just wishing her well, marvellous. Right, and if we nip to the walls, I can also, yep, nip up top. Where apparently, hang on, which daughter were you I was supposed to be checking on? Yeah, my eldest is apparently just sulking. Up here, though, it is quite a pretty game. I do like the pixel art style, it always does look rather nice. But Lorsulia won't really speak to me right now. Why won't you talk to me? Everything's fine, don't you have things to do? Okay, something's troubling Lorsulia, but she's not willing to open up just yet. Okay, so those are the 4 locations I can visit so far, but in future, yeah, there may be more. Maybe I can go down into town, visit the gardens or whatever this is over here. Let's nip back to the throne room and move time along. So, we have now got ourselves, right, I see what's going on here. We have got ourselves money coming in, but also supplies going out. So, we tax people a certain amount every single week. So, 20 gold and 7 supplies. But because of that broken pantry roof, we're losing 5 of those supplies. So, we're only gaining +2 supplies a turn. And, of course, we need to actually hand some out sooner or later. Alternatively, yeah, the general. He actually needs money to run the army. So, that's losing me 8 gold a week, but we're gaining 20. So, we're still making a profit, but not a huge profit. So we've got 3 problems we could invest in immediately. If I spend 12 gold right now to fix the pantry roof, then there won't be the -5 supplies. So a one-off cost of 12 gold to reduce a weekly -5 strikes me as a very, very good idea. And a one-off cost of 15 supplies for 2 gold a week going forward. Anytime you can spend something one-off to get recurring benefit, you really should do. So that's probably a good idea, but yeah, okay. Right now, gold is looking a little bit on the low side. Should I repair the theatre as well? You know what? I'll hold off on the theatre in case I need a giant pile of gold. We'll do the theatre next time if gold's looking a bit better. And so begins week 2 as more people show up. And hello over there, we've got ourselves barbarians or something. Marvellous. Together with, aha, Lorsulia showing up here as well, together with peasants, Lord Eton. Okay, let's speak to my own general. He seems pretty bloody important. So, Your Grace, no sign of the monsters, but we did stumble across bandits. They were pillaging the village. So, a crest of Redovia. So, it turns out not to be monsters, just barbarians who people got confused for monsters. And they are apparently from Redovia. I thought you could only find one in books and old manuscripts. Well, it seems like we have one right here as well. And your man is right, Redovia is my home, and soon yours too. Right, the Redovians are on the move. And do you have a king or anyone I could speak to, or are you just a thief? We are a free people. We don't bow to kings or lords. Bold words for someone trespassing in another country. So, okay, we've not got much out of him just yet, so I've heard enough for now. What do we need to do with this individual? Justice needs to be done. We can execute him or throw him in the dungeon. I want to know what's going on with him. If we keep him, maybe we can interrogate him. He strikes me as an important prisoner. I want to go and visit him later. Maybe we can get some more information, but don't want to let me go. You don't have the guts to kill. My friends will gladly hear about your cowardly decisions. Okay, so potentially there's going to be, some issues with that. It might be that's hurt my reputation with other Radovians. So off he goes, but apparently, Audrey, my advisor, wants to say something. Okay, he wants me to start thinking about renewing old treaties. So talk to old friends, see who could give us a hand. With our current resources, a war would bring certain defeat. I will make preparations. So, we need to actually, make friends with neighbouring kingdoms because we don't have much of an army of our own. Alright, so who have we got here? We've got my eldest daughter, a peasant, a lord, and Lurs, whoever Lurs is. Right, I'll speak to my daughter first. So, okay, you were being a bit of a dick the other week. Are you feeling more chatty now? I bring news. Asalia snuck out last week. I ran into her while she was going back to the chamber, all laughing and a little tipsy, I think. She wouldn't say where she's been, but Sedana, as thick as she is, spills everything to me in the morning. So okay, the middle sister told the youngest sister, who immediately told the eldest sister, who brought it straight to me. And yes indeed, I'd better speak to Asalia about this. Apparently she's sneaking out and about, which is very dangerous. She shouldn't be doing that, so right, that's all we need there. Next up, let's speak to Lord Eton first, because we're going to be needing the lords on side if we're going to be needing, tax, soldiers, etc, etc, etc. So whatever he wants is arguably higher priority, because, this is medieval fantasy, so lords are really important and we better keep them on side, otherwise they might rise up against me, murder me diddly diddly dee. I'll be as straightforward as possible. Someone has kidnapped my daughter, and they expect me to pay 12 gold to get her back. The thing is, I tracked them down, and I know where they keep her. I've planned everything out, I just need one of your generals to help take her back. Or, I could just pay the ransom. Either way, I need your help, your grace, so okay. I can give him my general, but then my general will be gone for 2 weeks. Or I could give him the gold straight up, but that's half of all the gold I've got. You know what? Take the general, we'll just make do for 2 weeks without him. So pay them once and they will only want more. This is the best option. My general is now gone and not available going forward. You are right, send the general my way, I will explain everything. Thank you, your grace. Okay, so that's probably gonna work out well. Hopefully anyway. Next up, whoever Lurs is, because the peasant's in rags, so maybe we take care of him last. Your grace, I fear for my life. I think someone is trying to get me. What's going on, Lurs? I think someone is following me. They want me dead. And who's they? I don't know. How would I know? I haven't done anything. I'd better be going. Alright, so he just wanted to let me know about that. Keep an eye on that business. Hello there, filthy peasant. My dear son is nowhere to be found. A really daft little boy, but still he is my son. I ask you to help us find him, your grace. Is there a chance you could do so? So, I can't send the general because he's away for 2 weeks. Now, I could give him 10 gold, but that's half the treasury for one peasant boy. I'm so sorry, but we need to keep this money because, there's repairs to be done, diddly diddly dee. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. We need to keep the money because there's a storm flipping coming, alright? Barbarians at the gate. I can pay you. I have scraped together 3 pieces of gold. And, okay, so he would actually have paid 3 gold for 2 weeks with the general. In which case, actually, the optimal way of doing it if I wanted to help both would have been, give the lord the 12 gold for the ransom, refuse to help this guy, then give him the general, and he gives me 3 gold. But, sadly, we cannot make that happen because the general's already gone. So, you're just going to have to take care of this by yourself. To be honest, we need, The people are not keen about that. Yeah, word gets around. With happiness taking a bit of a hit, we should definitely consider sorting out that whole business with the theatre. Anyway, let's go have a chat to my children, etc, etc, etc. So, who wants to have a chat and also bow chicka bow wow, I can just go visit the bedchamber. It's good to be king. I wish I could go for a nap right now, but I have plenty to do. Okay, apparently being a king is just too tiring to be worrying about that business, gotcha. Damn, I look so tired, I say, looking in the mirror. Yes, apparently I am flipping exhausted right now. Okay, Aurelia, we need to have a chat about our middle daughter sneaking out and getting drunk. And also, oh, yeah, the barbarians. Arguably that is more important for the kingdom, yes. Radovians, that can't be right. Do you think it's about, our promise? Okay, it might be. What do you think? 13 years ago, we promised our unborn child's hand to a thug. And Bayron, wasn't it? Does it matter? After 13 years, a Radovian shows up in our castle. I'll be damned. Yes, Lorsulia will soon become a woman. We need to find her a husband. And Bayron the thug will arrive to make me fulfill my promise. So, okay. Apparently I made some sort of fairy tale promise to a barbarian 13 years ago for some reason. So yes, what got us into this precisely? And also apparently there's a witch. Aha, we didn't make a deal, it was done with a knife to our throat. I'm not sure what else we could have done. To think our daughter will marry some barbaric thug though, we can't let this happen, Eric. Don't worry, we'll solve this. And yes indeed, apparently there's a flipping witch. Do you remember the curse by any chance, darling? I don't even want to think about this. Let's just hope the curse is nothing but a hoax and see how things with the thug turn out. So, okay, apparently we made a deal with a barbarian and also a witch put a curse on us. So, we've got a lot of fairy tale problems to deal with. Okay, you, Radovian, let's have a chat. I didn't know a king would come down to the dungeons. An honour, truly. Enough of the games, let's get to talking here. Okay, so Bayron, the guy who wants to marry my daughter, does not seem to be well respected by this guy. Good. He keeps raving about some promise. One of the 7 kings will give him his daughter. He thinks he's got a chance of mingling with the royals. I still can't decide. Is he the kooky one, or is it people that believe this bunk? Okay, so, right. That's confirmed that Bayron's involved, but no one else seems to believe him. And you'll stay a while longer. You might well be useful to me, my friend. And over in the garden, Asalia. I've heard that you've been sneaking out, so what's going on here? Yes, that wedding in the village. I've heard there was quite a wedding just outside the wall. From what I've heard, it could have been even better if my father wasn't too stingy to provide for it. Aha, that was the wedding in question. And Asalia, how would you know how good the wedding was when you weren't supposed to be there? And, of course not. I've heard what people say is all. And I know about the wedding. Lorsulia told me what happened. How would she know anyway? Of course, Sedani. Yep, it turns out you're a bit of a gossip and so's your younger sister. And according to Asalia, Lorsulia's a bit of a grump right now because, she thinks she's going to be made to marry some fat dumb prince and sent off to another castle. Okay, well if all she wants is to not marry a prince and not live in a castle, I have got great news for her. Okay, a punishment. No more visits to the market, no more games, no more horse riding. Okay, you know what? As she snuck out of the castle, not going out of the castle, like being grounded, that's a fair punishment. So, you're staying in the castle, don't try and sneak out. What am I supposed to do inside these walls? Look, there's lots of fun stuff. It's a castle. I'm guessing it's nicer in here than it is out there. Still, having learnt about Lorsulia, yep, she's just sulking on the walls as always. Let's have a chat to her. So, Lorsulia, I see you spend a lot of time gazing off at those faraway mountains. Well, good news, that's where you're going to be living soon. But sadly, she's not really willing to speak to me just yet, so, alright, we'll check on her later. She's still being a bit of a sulk. Alright, let's move time on here and just check in on the financials. So, alright, pantry roof already done, market stall already done, repair the theatre. Because, public order is probably the biggest concern right now. Because the thing is, gold is going up on a regular basis. Supplies are now going up on a regular basis. Public order does not actually go up automatically. So, I've got to watch that, because if it falls, it doesn't automatically recover. So move straight on, now with 24 gold, 17 supplies. And supplies, we've got plenty of that business for now. And in we go to week number 3. So, who's come to see me today? And apparently, it's a pigeon. I'll get to you guys in a second. The pigeon just arrived. Dear Eric, we have crossed the mountain trail. We will come for what was promised. For the gods have graced us with their strength. Bayron, king of Rodovia. But we know his own men don't 100% believe him. And do I tell my advisor what's going on? You know what? I'm going to, because I really need your advice, my advisor. So I never mentioned this before. Yeah, I was kind of just assuming we were going to be able to skip out on that promise. We can't let the barbarians seize the throne, our treasure is low, but we can always seek allies. Aha! No, I've got a better plan, a Crusader Kings 2 plan. If he wants to steal my eldest daughter to get the throne, then all I need to do is have another child who's a son, because presumably, you know, medieval fancy diddly-diddly-dee, the son will move straight to the front of succession. And once again, we need to seek allies, we can't deal with this ourselves. Okay, he's naffing off. Now, who do we want to speak to first? We got 2 peasants and a merchant. Okay, let's chat to the merchant first. I come with a business proposition, Your Grace. I need 14 gold to hire men and buy resources to build a new tavern in Branca. Okay, that's the place where Lord Eton was from. You see, the tavern will serve as more than just a way for the locals to get drunk. The village is really well positioned, it has many visitors, and they never stay for long. A new tavern will change that, and will guarantee a steady income. I'll share the profits once I start making money on the business. And, okay, I was hoping for a bit more detail, like, can I see the business plan? How much money is it going to make? What percentage comes to me? Diddly-diddly-dee. But, you know what? We've got a decent amount of money. Hopefully, this investment pays off. Investing is always going to be a good idea in a game like this, so hopefully this won't be a massive failure. 8 solid tables, 13 beds, we can make a cheaper shared chamber. Oh, it's going to work well. I really hope he's not about to run off with the money. And, okay, peasant, eeny, meeny, miny, you. So, come forward. Your Grace, a disease is crawling in our village. It's nothing serious, I don't think, but fevers and sneezes are all over the place. It's appeared out of nowhere, as if a dark force brought it upon us. Okay, so I could give him 10 supplies, or 8 supplies, or nothing at all. You know what? The actual food seems to be coming in pretty quickly, and we've dealt with the pantry issue. You can have all 10 supplies. Have flipping loads of supplies, and that is a big pile of happiness. Yeah, that's the fun thing. Sometimes you make decisions not 100% sure what it's going to do, because realistically, you wouldn't know precisely how happy people are going to be made. So, that was a good thing to do, because happiness is a difficult one to recover. Right, he naffs off, and hopefully the last peasant doesn't want access to my general, because my general's away right now, he's busy dealing with Lord Eton. So, hello over there. Injustice and hunger have struck our village. Oh, I just gave away quite a bit of food, actually, to somebody who didn't actually really need it. And now apparently your village has been properly hit by barbarians. I'm really sorry, because they're actually starving to death, and, oh good, he just wants gold. Then again, okay, 10 gold or 8 supplies. Okay, I don't have the supplies, so I'm going to give him the gold. And this is going to leave us a little bit on the bankrupt side, but your village was just hit by barbarians. You do need help. This is what a king is for. So, have the gold. I'm now bankrupt, but happiness is nice and high. Okay, now, does anyone need to speak to me around the castle? Yes, indeed. 2 people want to have a chat at the council chamber. So, who needs to speak to me here? Aha! My youngest daughter. Haven't run into you yet. So, what are you doing? And I can give her the name Pumpkin, Silly Pickle, or Potato Head. Well, obviously Potato Head. So, you are a Potato Head. She is not thrilled about that. I have a normal head, she declares. Okay, that is something that only someone who actually had a potato head would say. Okay, she naffs off to the garden. Let's chat to this guy, because, yeah, we've got ourselves a scout. So, more currencies are starting to appear. I've got my general, but I'm about to also have a scout. He'll let us know what we're up against. Meanwhile, we should invite King Talus. He might be able to help. Okay, good stuff. So now we've got ourselves, yes, allies. So we've got King Talus or Ada. We can talk to nearby lords. I would suggest inviting Talis. Here you can view the details of all your potential allies. And you need a pigeon available to send an invite. Lovely. So there's someone called Ada nearby who possesses a tiny bit of gold, a tiny bit of supplies, but, yeah, only 20 military strength. This guy, however, 3,000 strength, but he is, yeah, basically bankrupt. Or maybe that represents gold or supplies he'd be willing to give to us. But in either case, yeah, 3,000 strength versus our 100 definitely wants him on side. I really hope he doesn't want money because I've just bankrupted the nation. Okay, back to the chair of awesome. Time to move time along and yeah, potentially a king is about to show up. But because we've actually got the market stalls and because we're collecting taxes, we have managed to get up to at least some gold and some supplies. So carry on over to week 4. Now, is King Talis here? Yes, he is. Okay, definitely call him forward first. He's the king, unless, of course, Lord Eton's back. Now, we just helped Lord Eton. If we call him forward first, maybe he'll be saying, thank you so much, here's a pile of gold. Okay, I'm calling forward Lord Eton. My daughter is back. Those goons didn't know what hit them, and we hit them hard. If it wasn't for your general, I'm not sure my plan would have worked. Take this gold as a thank you. Yes. +1 happiness, +12 gold. So that has most definitely worked out for me. Good. Okay, with that in play, let's actually speak to... well, that's presumably my general, right? So I bring news about Lord Eton's case. With his plan, me and my squad managed to take his daughter back. And yeah, now my general is back in my possession. So if this guy needs my general for something, I've now got him. So actually, sorry, we spoke to literally everyone before Talis. But now we're alone and we can discuss things in private. Though, it feels a bit rude to make him stand, to be honest. Hardly any light can get through these windows. These halls used to shine, Eric. Ooh, I'm being called out here. And, okay, seriously, you need to naff off, daughter. I'm in the middle of talking to, like, you know, another king. One with, like, 30 times more army than us. Look what she did. And Asalia has put feces under my pillow. How could I ever wash it off? Okay, seriously, please don't bring the poo-related update into the meeting of kings. Like, you really shouldn't be here right now. Lorsulia, we have a flipping guest. Okay, seriously, back to your chamber. There's always people here. We'll deal with that later. Scuttle the flip off. Okay, if you can't control your children, I'm surprised you still sit where you do. I'm gonna be honest, Talis, that was embarrassing, yes. And yes, indeed, we really shouldn't be making him stand. We should be doing this in the council chambers where there's plenty of seats and whatever. So, of course, let's talk in the council room. Good, 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 good. Let's not move time on, though. That'd be a very bad idea. Okay, you have a lot of books. I do! This is a much more impressive room. I need an army. Redovia has threatened me and my family. Redovia? Here? Yes, they're simple men, untrained. Tell you what, I'll give you 3,000 soldiers. My army can deal with anything they throw its way. Just like that. Of course not. You see, my son Ivo has been crying and moaning to me about finding him a princess. So, he's always bothering me. It's about time he grew up. A wife would keep him busy and out of my way. Lorsulia would be good enough for him. Lorsulia literally just came crying into the throne room about poo under her pillow. But you know what? If you think that's good enough for your son, great. I also want access to the fine collection of books you have here, plus anything else you can find. So you seek cures for your wife, her condition hasn't improved. Well, that doesn't concern you. You get an army, I get Lorsulia, and access to these books. So an army for a marriage in return. Right, this is classic Crusader Kings 2 stuff. So I can say yes or no. Ah, Lorsulia, this is... Okay, the thing flipping is, if I say no, it's not like Lorsulia doesn't get married. Okay, it's just instead, we get attacked by barbarians, then everything gets burnt down, everybody dies, and she gets dragged off and married anyway, just to a barbarian. So, I'm really sorry about this, Lorsulia, but needs flipping must. There's an army on the way. Great, I'll send the army straight away, but I want immediate access to the archives. The marriage can be organised later. Okay, so maybe we can get out of this marriage down the line. We'll see. What do we have here? Alright, he's just having a bit of a loopsy-roundy, but that is a big old pile of troops. Oh. Do we have to pay for their maintenance? Let's dig into this a little bit more. So, Ivo has royal blood, and I pay enough for his masters to know that he's at least half as smart as I am. Okay, so he's not an idiot, he's been properly trained and whatever, so maybe this won't be the worst marriage. And 7 kings was mentioned before, so King Talis is one, I'm another, and apparently there are 2 more nations, Yelez and Baravia. Have they sorted out their wars yet? And what were they actually fighting about? I don't know, and I don't care to find out. I have my own problems. So, okay, I'm guessing 5 more kings. Oh yeah, the game wants me to go and tell Lorsulia the not good news, but let's go check in with my wife first. She might have some advice for, how to break this to Lorsulia. And yes, indeed, I'm so sorry, but I kinda just gave my daughter away for 3,000 men. Wait, Ivo, that's good. Yes, it is. It is indeed good news. That's great, in fact. Ivo's a prince after all, and if Lorsulia is married to Ivo, Bayron can't do anything. And yeah, if Bayron decides to try and push his claim in Etana, these guys have clearly got enough troops to just, you know, hand over 3,000 men. So, they've got an army. They can defend themselves. This is great news, Eric. Wonderful. But, okay, she's jumping straight into wedding preparations. How are we going to tell Lorsulia? Because we know she was in a bit of a sulk because she specifically didn't want to get married. Aha, and we need to see how the treasury looks at the end of the week to decide what we're going to be doing in terms of paying for the wedding. Because I'm guessing, yeah, you've only got a few weeks to handle that first set of upgrades. Now some new upgrades are going to become available specifically for the wedding. Does Lorsulia know yet? No, I came straight to you. I see. She's been acting up lately. Maybe it's better I tell her. Actually, no, you talk to her. I'll get on with the preparations, darn it. I thought I'd almost got out of it there. Okay, Lorsulia is going to be really, really angry about this. Hello! So, we just sold you for our own personal security. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, we need to have a chat about this. You must marry Ivo, the Prince of Etana. I'm really sorry. Don't get a say in this. We need this marriage to secure an army that will defend us. A war is coming, so I'm to be sacrificed. Did you even consider any other options? There literally were none. It was either no, or you're getting married. Did you try to offer something other than your daughter? We've got 26 gold and 14 supplies. We are very poor. I knew it. I knew the day I'm old enough, you'd just sell me to the highest bidder. You've been waiting for this. You can't wait to get rid of me. You know what? She's right to be angry. We didn't actually even try making a counteroffer. I wish I was a commoner living in the village, having nothing to worry about, being able to marry the one I love, not some snob I've never met. Ah. I'm guessing she might be in a bit of a strop right now, because she's in love with somebody else. Right. And oh, yep, she's storming off. Fair enough, I suppose. Okay, back to the throne room, and now I can actually ask about battle preparations. So, what do I want to know about? Can the castle defend us right now? Current state of the walls isn't great. We shouldn't worry about it. I think it will be best to take the battle outside the castle. We could create a choke point at the foot of the mountains. I will prepare detailed plans. Now, we've got 3,100 men all of a sudden. How are we doing in terms of numbers? With Talis' army, we will crush the Radovian forces. We just need to focus on our kingdom and get ready for the wedding. Oh, I'm guessing it's not going to be that easy. Okay, sit down, move on time a bit, because I think just in case, later that night, we've got something going on here. Someone knocking on the door. Alright, this had better be something flipping important. Your Grace, Radovian forces have been spotted nearby. Oh dear, we should send our men to track them down. They've come for Lorsulia. Eric, we must do something. Okay, send the men to check out what's going on. Yes, send the general. Figure out what's going on here. The general's naffed off. That's fine. We need to have information. Yes, indeed. New upgrades are starting to show up here. So, 15 supply for flowers, 10 gold for fabrics, 15 gold for a band. Now, the thing is, does Lorsulia even want a nice wedding? Because I'm not convinced she does. Also, supplies are looking low. Money's looking good. Money's looking pretty good, but supplies are looking low. And yes, indeed, we know how many turns we've got till the wedding. So, as money's looking good, we will actually go for the band immediately. We will not go for fabrics. Hold on to a big old pile of gold, just in case. In fact, you know what? There are Radovians sniffing about. Buy the fabrics for now. Hold 30 gold, just in case. Okay, week 5, and we've got ourselves a big old pile of people, including... okay, you better have some money for me, because I gave you 14 flipping gold. The tavern you have helped me establish is up and running. It's doing so well. Not only is it just a stop between long trips, it's more of a destination of its own. As promised, I will now start sharing my profits with you. 3 gold every week. Okay, so in 4 or 5 weeks that's paid for itself and we're into pure profit. And honestly, that sounds fine. I gave you this money like 2-3 weeks ago. It's going to pay for itself in a month. That is perfectly fair and oh. Apparently that was nowhere near enough. Okay, I just got ripped off. Never mind, he's just run away before I can call him back. But honestly, to my mind, 100% return on investment within a month and then just like pure profit thereafter. That struck me as just flipping fine. Okay, before we start handing out money to anybody, let's get the lay of the land from the general. What do we know? The Radovians have formed stationary posts around the castle, your grace. Camps, if you like. They're planning their next move. Destroying the post should damage their ability to form strategies. Though we now have a prospect of an army, we shouldn't give them an advantage. And you should take a look at the... ooh, do we have a map by any chance? Check the map. Exploring locations may result in a gain of resources. In this case, we need to dispatch the Radovian outposts. You can send agents to explore any location. So, alright, we've got ourselves... ooh, okay. This is apparently a bigger game than I was expecting. There's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be done here. So, okay. Let's go for... yeah, this one looks like it's slightly the closest. And it's on the open plain. So, probably the safest. You go over there and I can send myself a general, a witch, or a hunter. You know what? This is actually an enemy encampment. Send the general. 1 turn to complete. Off he flipping goes. General has been sent. And I see, the Radovian outposts need to be eliminated by the time of the wedding in 4 weeks. Gotcha. And we still need to provide for the people's needs. Okay, so now we've got armies to take out, we've got upgrades for the wedding, and people are just going to be coming to me day to day with their problems. Things are going to start getting complicated at this point. Okay, Sedani, come forward. How can I help you, Potato Head? I'm worried about Losulia. What will happen to her when she leaves? She's just going to another castle, like a better castle, a much nicer one than this one. Like, really rich, well defended, she'll be fine. Also, what happens to Dusty? Okay, who's Dusty? Is that like a dog? And, her cat, Dusty. You can have her cat, it's fine. As it's Losulia's cat, she'll probably want to take Dusty to keep her company. But if she didn't leave, then Dusty wouldn't have to go as well. Okay, Sedani, I feel like we're not talking about the most important stuff in the kingdom right now. I don't want her to leave. Can you talk to her? Okay, 1, wasn't her choice to leave. 2, I'm not ordering her to leave her cat here so you can still play with her cat. Okay, Sedani wanders off. We've now got 2 peasants, so we'll go for you first. Hello, your grace, they took our cattle. Monsters with steel came at night and took everything. I'm guessing that's the Radovians. There's plenty of grass left for now, but what of it if there ain't cattle to feed on it? Can you help us, your grace? 8 supply or 8 gold. You can have a bit of gold. That's fair enough, because if your village is built around cows and you've got no cows, you're pretty screwed. So, yes indeed, you can have a bit of gold. 8 gold is not that much. Happiness goes up by 1, gold goes down by 8. That was... did you just say that was more than he needed? Well then call him back and get him to give some of it. Never mind. Your grace, my son, a disgrace to the family. I sent him to gather some brushwood in the forest. Turns out he's too dumb to find his way back home. Do you think you could help us find him? I mean, there's no rush. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sparing 10 gold for your idiot son, and my general's busy. So I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to take care of that yourself. I guess that's one less mouth to feed, though I'll miss his ugly face. Yep, you know what? He seems totally chill with that situation. That's fine. Let's go see if anyone needs to have a chat with me. Also, that reminds me. We've got ourselves, Ada, over here, who has 20 men to her name. Tiny bit of gold, a few supplies. I don't know who she is, but go on. I'm willing to invite her. We've got the pigeon and no one else wanted it this turn, so may as well. Now, just to confirm, does Lorsulia still hate me? Oh, she's not even here. She's flipping hiding from me. Got it. Here we go. Back to the gardens. Have any of the girls seen Lorsulia? Because I'm worried she might have actually, you know, naffed off. And also you notice 2 swords on the ground and pick them up. And, okay. Apparently I'm immediately pointing a sword at my middle daughter. Bloody hell. Right, okay, this is escalating quickly. Please tell me one of you hasn't murdered the other. And I can just randomly swing my sword at her, but that's probably a terrible idea in case I accidentally, you know, kill her or something. Tell her to just swing the sword. Hopefully I know what I'm doing. Or less talking, more fighting. Look, just try doing a bit of a swing. Don't let your opponent hit you. Be quick. That's the basics. Am I holding it right? And... okay, she just did a decent enough job, though apparently I might have just slightly cut her up a bit, and... good. I'm apparently very, very good at parrying, but she's not got a terrible arm on her. This is fun. So yeah, what's going on with Asalia and Lorsulia? She's locked herself up in her chamber. What a baby. Okay, we know where she is, but whether I'm allowed in or not is another question. And yes, you did actually leave feces on her bed. She told me about that. She was very upset about it. Don't pretend like this is the reason she won't come out. I mean, if anything, that should be a very good reason for her to come out immediately, because it smells of feces. And aha, is this going to happen to me one day too? Honestly, probably yes. And I want to say no, but to be honest, yeah, probably. And I don't want my little girls to leave home so soon, but the truth is, once you come of age, we will need to find you a husband sooner or later. I guess I didn't think of it before. This puts everything into a different perspective. I was angry at her for being so irritating. Now I'm angry that she's leaving. Oh, they like each other, really. And yeah, wherever it is Lorsulia sleeps, I can't get access to it because that's my personal bedchamber, dungeon, castle wall, council chamber, gardens. Right, time to move time on in that case. And money's looking pretty good. So I think we can probably... ooh. Yeah, I think we can afford to hire a band. I'm a bit worried about the supplies, but we can afford to get the band hired. So let's move time on here and see how the assault on the first camp went. So here we go. General! No sign of Radovians at the eastern outpost. Aha! We don't know which outpost they're at. Got it. There was nothing left behind. And apparently, my advisor wants to say something. There's still time until the wedding. Yes, I know about the Radovians, damn it. Okay, before we deploy the general again, let's make sure no one else needs him. And by any chance of you, yes, there we go. You're Ada, whoever Ada is. But apparently my wife wants to speak to me, so go on, darling. You up first. Have you seen Lorsulia? Yeah, she's just locked in her chamber, refusing to come out. For a week straight at this point, apparently. I wanted her to help me pick flowers, but she won't talk to me. I guess you're right, though. I'll get back to preparations. Okay, nothing major there. Now, Lurs, we spoke to you ages ago. You were worried someone was trying to kill you. Do you know who's trying to kill you? I think I know that they are after me. Who are you talking about? Yesterday when I went to bed, someone was in my room. They moved the candles and left them on the windowsill. I never leave candles on the windowsill, Your Grace. Okay, I think possibly he's just a bit on the banana side. We've also got ourselves a general, a soldier, and a merchant. Okay, you're not my general. Who are you? I can offer my service as general, Your Grace. Aha! So for 10 gold weekly, I could have 2 generals. It's a lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. Not just yet. I feel like we're in control for now. Maybe next time, but not right now. Now, we also have a merchant here. I like merchants. Merchants are good. So what have you got there? I bring you a mixture that can cure illness. Works most of the time. Cures nearly but not quite everything. You won't find anything better for 8 pieces of gold. I'm feeling like I might be being ripped off here, but... Talus. You know what? I'm going to buy it. Here's the gold. Make sure to let me know if it works. I'm actually curious myself. Oh, this was a mistake. Okay, we'll deal with you guys first. So, Mr. Soldier, Your Grace, yet another village was raided by Radovian forces. Should we aid them in their time of need? This could have a really big effect on these guys. So, send a general for all 2 weeks. Yeah, deploy the general. That's important. That's very important. But that means someone who's not a general needs to go and check the other outposts. Also, who the flip are you? I know I invited you, but I'm not sure who you are. I always forget how beautiful this castle is. Okay, you're more polite than Talus. I like you already. Your Grace, I have a favour to ask of you. Oh, to be honest, like, this is embarrassing, because I actually invited you over to ask a favour of you. So this is very awkward. There's a nefarious thief going from lord to lord, pretending like he needs help. He's convinced other nearby lords to give him gold, including me. He says he's a merchant, and his goods have been stolen. I'm sure he'll visit you sooner or later. Did he by any chance have a massive hat? Did he have a massive hat on? And he was wearing a dirty cream apron and a dark green shirt. Okay, we haven't seen him yet, I don't think, but thanks for the... Oh, he was wearing a hat. The guy I just got the medicine off was not in green, though. He was definitely wearing reds. And that's apparently all we can do with her. So if we come across that merchant, send a pigeon, summon her, she wants to have a bit of a chat with him. Okay, now, Talus, I've got some snake oil for you. And I bought this from a merchant. Apparently it cures everything. Do you think it'd be a potion from the market will cure my wife? Her illness is more than just a headache, Eric. Okay, so that was a bit of a waste. Okay, we'll just kind of hold on to that for the time being. Okay, deploy the hunter to the northern outpost. So yeah, we want to actually send someone over in that direction. We can't send the general. Deploy a hunter. No agents available. Oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have hired that, general. Yeah, I don't have a hunter yet, do I? I'm guessing, yeah, hunter, witch, or maybe the other way round. Oh, I'm going to be needing one of them, like, soon. Like, really soon. Oh, that's a concern, because we absolutely have to take care of the outpost in time. Okay, next time anyone shows up wanting to work for me, 100% hire them. And go on, supplies are at 36 right now, so buy some flowers. We're still in good shape economically. People are content. Only, yeah, 2 turns until the wedding. I really need a witch right now, or a hunter. Either is good. Order of business number 1. My youngest daughter has adopted a snail. I'm so glad she comes to me with these things. Okay, she naffs off. We've got ourselves, aha. That looks to me like a peasant wearing, you know, a green shirt and an apron and a hat. So, Your Grace, I've been robbed. I was on my way down to Hagos when a bunch of thugs threatened my life if I didn't give them all my goods. Now I'm left with nothing, to have nowhere to go. And, okay, what we need to do is, yeah, imprison this guy. Immediately imprison him. Guards, grab him. I'm telling the truth, it was Radovian barbarians. Nope. Into the dungeon you go. So, someone's going to grab him on the way out, right? Hopefully someone grabs him on the way out. Right, so, allies, summon Ada. Hopefully, she'll be able to help me in some way. And unfortunately, all of these people are, peasants, not hunters or anything. Oh, I'm worried I shouldn't have sent my general away. Right, you, come forward, please. My village has been raided by bandits. Well, everybody's village has been raided by bandits, alright? I'm flipping sick of you all coming to me being like, oh no, we need money. Please give us money, Your Grace. Okay, you know what? We've got supplies. You can have some supplies. There you go. 10 sacks of supplies, plenty of happiness. And okay, apparently you want to say something. Sounds like Rodovia has copycats of some sort. Yeah, other bandits now getting away with their crimes more easily. That wasn't Rodovians. But with the Rodovians around, yeah, other people are going to start stepping up their crimes. Now, peasant in lovely red jacket, men with monsters on their banners came ravaging our village. They've set our barn on fire. It wasn't long before the flames spread to other buildings. Most of our supplies were lost. Okay, you may also have some supplies. That was legit. That's all fine. As for you, have you got some idiot son that needs rescuing? Your Grace, I have a small favour to ask of you. Okay, you know what? I've decided you're not getting anything. Get out of here, you stupid drunk, naff off. Okay, no one's got anything particularly interesting to say to me around the castle, so, move time on. The wedding is going to be spectacular, but, Yeah, we desperately need to get some new people hired because we've literally only cleared one outpost right now, which is a concern. Last week before wedding night. Yeah, we need to get some people to sort this out. We need to deal with the Radovian post. Yes, I know. But, Queen wanted to see you. I'm sure it's important. Hello, Ada. We've got someone for you. So, we've got the thief. Hopefully you're gonna, reward me with something. Can I take him with me? And, yep, do whatever the hell you want. I'll show him where his place is. And, of course, you can count on my help during the upcoming battle. Don't have much to offer. Better than nothing. Okay, so she's contributed, 20 men. Hopefully that's, good. Okay, we've got the general back, which is great. Radovia attacked again. The squad didn't stand a chance against us. That's all absolutely good, but I need a new member of staff. Otherwise, I'm really worried we're about to hit the point of no return for the wedding. I don't have another staff member. Don't know what happens if we reach the wedding and the outposts are still standing. Okay, Lorsulia, nice to see you out and about. Because, you've been hiding in your room for weeks at this point. You finally came out. Can you please come and meet me at the wall when you get a chance? I want to talk to you. Okay, I'll deal with that momentarily. Please be a witch. You look a bit like a witch to me. And my father is sick with fever. Help me, please. He's pale as a ghost. And, okay, what do you actually need? Do you need money? And please stop leeching him. It's not a good idea. Your Grace, if we had a court witch available, she could handle these diseases. That's true. You should put word out that we're looking for one. As for your father... Okay, you know what? I've got some medicine, and Talis doesn't want it. Have some more flippin' medicine. Okay, so she's happy with that, which is great, and it didn't cost me any money. And Lurs, what the hell is going on in your life? I'm starting to think perhaps you're involved. What am I saying? Why would I say this? Why would you tell someone you know that they know? I better leave. I can leave, right? Lurs is an odd sort. Okay, deploy the general immediately to the northern outpost, alright? Send the general, confirm, good, and he's going to take care of that, but that means the western outpost is not going to be taken care of in time. Oh, I'm a bit worried that might mean bad things. Oh, flip, I get to choose the wedding dress. Oh, the massive meringue dress, the medium meringue dress, or the minimalist dress. Okay, that one's just embarrassing, so we're going for the medium dress. We shall go for the medium dress. And apparently that costs 40 gold. Bloody hell, well, I'm glad we've saved up some. Right, over to Lorsulia. I suspect she's, not thrilled with me in general. Right, are me and you gonna part on very bad terms? Like, worse than the fact that I haven't bothered clearing the outpost, so we're probably gonna be attacked during your wedding. I'm sorry I shouted at you, Father. I didn't mean it when I called you stupid. I just wish things were different. Just wish I'd spent the past couple of days being with you, not angry at you. Okay, that's good. That's good. She's come round to it a bit. Well, not really, but she's not actively yelling at me. And I even have a hug. Lovely. Right, nothing more we can do, so time to get time moving along here. And, we didn't actually clear the outposts, which we were told to do. So, the kings of Davin and Atana make an alliance treaty to join forces against Radovia. And it's one a hell of a feast, which is great. We did pay for all the extra stuff. We didn't, however, bother to clear the surrounding countryside of barbarians. So this might be problematic. I am overwhelmed by the beauty of my new wife here. I'll enjoy the company, I'm sure. Great speech. Brilliant public speaker right there. And then he fell over. Okay, could somebody please help the young prince? Is he doing okay? He's just nervous. He's just nervous, that's all. No need, no need. I'm up. I just fell over at one point. You look very pretty, Lorsulia. Okay, at least he's trying. He's making an effort at the absolute bare minimum. He seems like he's a good lad. A bit awkward, but he seems like he's basically a good sort from what we've seen. I wouldn't let you marry someone inappropriate. Hopefully, you understand that, he's a bit clumsy, but he's not so terrible. hopefully. It'll be fine, Lord Sulia. Oh, she's not impressed. She is not impressed. And I'm guessing, yeah, men from Rodovia. We didn't actually clear all the outposts. So, a nearby village was raided. They've kidnapped the blacksmith's children. Okay, and we're a bit busy here. We will deal with this, just not literally during the wedding. I'll have my general check it out as soon as possible. Okay, so we've suffered -5 happiness because we weren't successful in clearing out the barbarians. And by any chance, are you unimpressed with that too? This seals the deal, Eric. You get the army, I get the archives. Fair enough. We shake hands, job done. And even though we just lost some happiness, it's kind of okay because we spent a lot of time boosting happiness during these last weeks. So we got plenty of happiness to burn. And the party went on. Everyone was busy eating fancy food, drinking the finest wine, and not thinking about the kidnapped blacksmith's children. Oh, I'm a bit worried that Talus was about to leave, and at that exact moment, yeah, Lord What's-His-Face has insisted on a drink that just arrived from off-screen. I'm very suspicious there's about to be a poisoning. Oh, he's going to drop dead. 3, 2, 1, and... oh dear. So, I'm guessing you're the prime flippin' suspect in this one. Oh no. Send for a doctor. Yep, send for a doctor. We need a flippin' doctor. Don't just stand there. You heard the king. Go, go, go. I'm thinking it's too late for him though. And yeah, now we have actually got a time limit for certain choices. He is super dead. And he was in our castle at the time. Oh, this is suspicious and not good for me. You have failed as a host and are responsible for the events of tonight. You know what? That's fair. That's really fair. The king of Etana Talus is dead. As his only son, I, Ivo, have no choice but to take the burden of the crown upon myself, meaning... okay, my daughter just became a flipping queen. And with this, my first order is to, withhold the armies that my father promised to you. Ooh... right. Do you still get my daughter, by the way? Eric, the King of Davon, you are responsible for my father's death, unless otherwise can be proven upon a royal trial. Until then, these guys won't be helping. Lorsulia, pack your things, we're taking my father home. Oh, hang on. What makes you think she's going flipping anywhere with you? Also, who has the most incentive? Who's got the motive to have done this? Who would want this alliance to fall apart? Maybe Ivo. Ivo's got a motive. Technically, so does my youngest daughter, because she didn't want Lord Sulia to leave. But I'm going to assume my young daughter, with a pet snail, has not been the one to murder the foreign king. Ivo did have a reason to do it, but my lord, whatever his name was, he was the one who actually called for the toast, for which the wine was brought in. So, Lord Sulia, surely you're going to resist. Have courage, my darling. Nope. Apparently, she is going to be going. And I'm guessing that's the end of the beta, because that's not the end of the game, just the end of the beta. This was just a closed beta. This is just kind of like, you know, proof of concept, foundation, etc. So, yeah, I'm impressed. This is fun stuff. And yeah, it's a bit basic in its very early stages, but you can see by the end there what they're going for. Once you've got, hey, there's a big thing coming up where you've got to set aside a certain amount of money for it, but also emergencies are popping up and you've got, like, you know, little sub-objectives like clear all the camps, but also people are arriving on a daily basis and you don't know what they're going to need, and you can't be 100% sure as you go through the game what each of your decisions is going to actually do. There's a lot here I like, actually. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the demo for Yes, Your Grace. And I will say, I think this is one to watch. When this comes out in 2020, we'll be seeing this again. I'd like to, yeah, dig a little bit more into this one. And if you've liked the look of this yourself, then do consider wishlisting this. Whenever I've spoken to indie devs in the past, they've always said it's actually really, really useful to them. It really helps visibility in Steam. So yeah, consider dropping this one a wishlist if you think it looks interesting. We'll be seeing this one again. Link in the description below in case you are interested too. But in the meantime, I've been John, it's been many a true nerd, and this has been Yes, Your Grace. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Wait, did people just vote out democracy?
Hang on, what have you just done? Oh, go on, let's have the greatest Oktoberfest ever. Yay! Spain and Russia have announced a new alliance as a result of the warmongering of certain Central European countries. Oh, well, excuse me! My leader from now on, no weaklings will stand in the way of this country's path to glory. Oh, God, Germany, not again!